Hey buddies, it's Dylan. We're here at the Winnipeg Regionals. We've got Cody Roulette here, the man, the myth, the legend. What'd you play and how'd you place?
P.U.N.K THERION. Ended up getting 7th. I don't know, I skirted in X2, so I guess that's a top. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, let's get right into the deck profile.
Alright, so the obligatory hand traps. You got your 3 Ash. My flavor was 3 Veiler, 3 Gamma, and the obvious driver. Not much to elaborate on. You got to play 3 Ash and everything that's not like Scumbag Despia that can just afford to not play like good cards. Veiler and Gamma. So any deck that can play on your first turn and like provoke Veilers or provoke hand traps before you commit to the board, Gamma always overperforms because then you can like force out Ashes and then just blow them out, which happened actually a lot today. And Veiler and Imperm by default are obviously insane against Despia if they don't know how to do like standby phase, branded opening and stuff. But otherwise, Veiler is like your catch-all, just beats most meta decks, and it's the best thing against Sword Soul. So, but that's my flavor. I'm playing 9 hand traps. There's really not much else to elaborate on that stuff. Now the spicy stuff, the P.U.N.K. So the notable stuff that you need to know about is we got this ratio. 3 Ogre, 3 Foxy, 3 Xiamen, 1 Deer, 1 Shark thing. So to quickly go over what they do, this guy is your Rhoda. This thing searches not level 8. So this thing almost always gets you this. This thing is like an E-tally for not level 8. So this thing gets you this thing. This thing makes you a level 8 synchros. So he's your like end board thing. And you have to play the Shark because it makes it so every P.U.N.K card is a 1-card combo. So you're playing 3, 6, 9, and the E-tally you will see later. That gives you 12 1-card starters. And if you see any of it, you have full combo right there. So you have to play this ratio. And like some people are cutting down on like Ogres, but you need Darks. And this deck just struggles to play good Darks. And Foxy Tune's obviously insane. Later on, I might play 2 Deer Notes, so that's something worth considering. But otherwise, start with this. Think about a second of this. And then the Therions that go with it. So the Therion package is this. So 2 King Regulus might seem kind of awkward, but this deck actually has a big issue of just opening Therions and just bricking off of them. So you're playing as much of it to like influence the game state, but not so much that you just brick every time when you see one and you just hate this engine. The P.U.N.Ks facilitate these getting to grave, and then just Yu-Gi-Oh! They're pretty insane. This ratio is good. I don't think you really need to play more than this. And then people are playing another one with some weird mindset of, oh, well, if you see a Psychic in your graveyard, that lets you start doing... No, that stuff doesn't work. Play the ones that are good, and you playing the weird Psychic stuff that like sometimes ends up working is why you're gonna not top. And then that's all the monsters. We got Called By, E-Telly. Nothing of note. Psychic deck. This card is a 1-card starter, full combo. Not much to elaborate there. Called By. I'm not a big fan of playing Called By just because it's a one-of, but in a format where Called By is not only stops a hand trap, but also does double duty in breaking branded in red, it's also a board breaking card as well, so that's why I want to play it. 3 Argeo system. This card does 2 things. It's either a Foolish Burial in hand or in grave. You target another Therion card. 1 goes on bottom of deck, 1 goes on back to hand. So you can add itself back, but that never happens. The idea is you mill 9 cards, and then you get back at Therions and you full combo off that. 3 Droplet. I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Without this card existing somewhere. It's just like... Have you seen the cards people play? Like, people have no self-respect. The amount of barrier statues people play, like... And then, like, Robina and stuff. Like, fuck... Just a bunch of degenerates. Just let me King Calamity to you. All right, Therion's Charge. Okay, so this is the one point in this deck where if you're playing this deck, don't play this garbage. I can see playing 1 because you want to like have a alternate search target. I wasn't playing the trap either, the Therion's Trap. This card is so doggy doo-doo garbage. I swear to God, I lost almost every game I saw this card, and I would side 2 out almost every game, again, because I wanted 1 as an alternate search target. You know what would be in every opening hand? This goddamn garbage D-draw. Don't play this garbage. I'm not even going to play it 1 anymore. Fucking shit. Okay, anyways, Therion's Disc Coliseum, the most statted field spell ever. Have you read like Meltdown and like every other, like even the Flunder field spell is broken? Like this is ridiculous. This card does everything. I'm not even explaining to you what it does. This is broken. All right. All right. Do you want side or extra?
Extra.
All right. Okay. Fusions first because these are old. This thing lets you tribute to summon punks from your hand and or deck. The only reason this card's in here is because that charcuterie thing, the extra bad fox or whatever these things are called, punks. You need to play this and that shark thing to make everything a 1-card combo. So that's why you're playing this stuff. The shark thing is kind of mediocre, but again, making over like a quarter of your deck 1-card combos, kind of broken. So you need to play that. And then the synchros. Formula, Chaos Ruler, Psychic and Punisher. This thing, I never summoned it. And then this thing. Okay, so the main combo is you do stuff, make this thing mill a bunch. It doesn't really matter if it even mills anything good. The amount of people who Veilered this and they're like, gotcha, bitch. And I'm like, okay, anyways. And then I hot redded them on their turn. Anyways, you do this thing and you make a Hulk and then you bring this thing back and then you have a Hulk with a Gamma. And you have Gamma on field, Hulk, and this. And your opponent does anything. You're like, hey, wait, resolution. Thing, summon this. This thing, summon this. And this thing basically says your opponent's turn's over. So, like, why are people playing this deck and they're like, I can make Artifact Scythe and Hulk and I can scythe people. I'm like, I'm just going to skip their fucking turn. Like, why are you bad at this? You know how many people lost this? Like, twice. Because everyone's fucking maining Dark Ruler. Like, indignant Flounders players. All right, this card's the most broken card. Buy this before it goes up. It's, someone had an Eaglin thing, or an Empin, Flounders Empin, and he's like, yeah, well, you can activate it. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not affected. Swing. And he's like, I can't even half it. I'm like, no. And then, I don't know, this card does something. I didn't play it. All right, I didn't summon it. All right, Exceeds now, because we play everything. We're playing this degen engine because we play level 8s. Never summoned it. This thing. So the theory is all your tuners and all your combo pieces are level 3 Earth, so conveniently you can just summon Malay. And if you do, like, a Foxy Tune and in part of that process you dump a Lily, you can full on Therion's your opponent by just making this instead. I just never did. I guess it's good. I don't know. The Therion's part in this deck ended up being kind of weak, but then it was kind of broke. I don't know. I'm bad at this game. Zombie Vampire is okay. Every time I summon this, I'm like, please don't mill some insane cards for my opponent, because I didn't want to lose. Like, I had to play against Mitsu, and I'm like, let's mill a P.K. deck, right? That's fucking smart. And then Zeus, I never actually summoned this. My opponent was like, do the Dogmatica thing that set Maximus. He's Maximus effect. I'm like, well, I need a machine in the graveyard, and I want to flex, so it's Starlight. And then, yeah, this, because playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fun and use access code people off in 1 card. Yeah. So you don't need to play all of the garbage. These things, don't play this. Play like Dingirsu and good cards and stuff, but otherwise everything else is needed. Except the stupid Punk level 11. Just make Psychic and Punisher and win the game. Droll Lockbird, card's broken unless they open Dimensional Shifter like they always do. Nibiru should have been mained. But I didn't play against any Sword Souls, so like, I don't know. And every Sword Soul player is like, Herder, Baron's bad. Twin and Harpies. Maybe Lightning Storms, but I'm budget now, apparently. Dimensional Barriers and Evenly's. Evenly poops on people, but like I never actually sided it in, so I don't know, maybe a card sucks. D-Barrier. I should just main this. Like, this card is so bullshit right now. Just main it. I don't know. I'm gonna main it. Like, cut all the bad cards, like, I don't know, Therion's, and put this stuff in. I don't know. Seems pretty good.
What would you say your hardest matchup was today?
All my wins were like the most. Actually, that's not true. I played some most degenerate matchups. Like, who game 1 Dark Ruler Reigekis? Like, really? Really? And then, like, Oh, probably just Flunderies. That deck's so degenerate. I can't even talk smack like I outplayed people because I won every die roll and I won every match, and I lost die rolls and I lost those matches. So coincidence? I don't know.
Also, you mentioned during your side deck that you're sort of budget now. Can you show me that Starlight Zeus one more time, real quick?
Yeah.
Mr. Budget Player.
Yeah, right there.
He
Right
also
there.
scooped
Yeah.
searched fucking cactus.
There you go.
Yeah. Like budget, by the way. Yeah. Stupid Yu-Gi-Oh. There you go.
Okay, awesome. Do you want to have any shoutouts you want to give?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Guru, Buddy Force, obviously, Nikolai and the rest of the squad, Jordan and people, and me and Brett being at table 1, like round 2, having the most homoerotic like 10 minutes, making everyone at table 2 real awkward. That was hilarious. I was convinced we were gonna be asked to leave the venue because he started. Like, I swear to God, don't play gay chicken with me. I'll suck dick. Anyways, that's the rest of it. All right, there's your rated R deck profile.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.